Delighted to say here, McLean's TV, joined by the legend known sometimes as AP or Tony McCoy. Tony, you're here ahead of the Cheltenham Festival. It's a very special event.
Yeah, it is. The Cheltenham Festival is what we, as jockeys and any racing enthusiast, looks forward to. For me, it's it's the main sporting event in the jumping calendar. So, Cheltenham is a very special place.
I've been there on occasions covering it for television. I interviewed you a few times over there. The atmosphere, it seems to grab you, doesn't it? No matter where you are, and it's for a prince or a pauper. It makes no difference.
Makes no difference. That's the special thing about Cheltenham, is that everyone mixes in together. It's a very it's a real theatre. It's a real arena. The setting of Cheltenham is probably what makes it so special. And obviously, what makes it so special is it's so difficult to win there. And when you do, or you are lucky enough to win there, then it's something you can only enjoy, and you hope that it will happen again.
You talk about winning there. You hope it'll happen again. Will it happen for you this year?
Hopefully. And obviously, I was very lucky last year to win the Cheltenham Gold Cup, which, as I said before earlier tonight, it's the pinnacle of our sport. And it was great to win it last year, and but hopefully I've got good chances, and hopefully I'll get a winner or two there over the week.
You talk about a winner or two. What about your horses? Who do you fancy? Or who do you think? Who are the horses in with a real chance that you're actually on mount?
Well, My Tender Yours is the obvious one, because he's the shortest price horse that I'm going to be riding over the 4 days, and he runs in the very first race. So, but he has been pretty impressive in his wins. He won the big hurdle race at Newbury last time, and was very impressive doing it. And I'm looking forward to him. And obviously, I'm riding for Mr. McManus. There's plenty of other horses there that will go there with good chances. At Fisher's Cross has been a good tough horse, Binocular and an old favourite. It's very difficult for horses to come back and retain the champion hurdle, but Hurricane Fly is trying to do the same, so it'll be as difficult for him as it will be Binocular, but good chances. Tarquin Dessous, another horse of John Joe Neal's, I like. So hopefully we'll, as I said, we'll get a winner or two over the 4 days.
And as always, the weather forecast, it'll be crucial.
Yeah, the weather will probably make it more crucial, obviously for the state of the going, first and foremost, as a lot of the horses this winter have obviously been running on very testing ground, whereas as far as the weather goes from the racecourse point of view, I'm sure they'd like it to be nice and sunny, so they can enjoy the nice weather. But from a jockey's point of view, whether it rains or the sun's shining, it's pretty irrelevant, really. It's hopefully the weather is not going to really play a huge part on how successful the 4 days will be.
We're here in the Glenavon Hotel in Cookstown. It was interesting, the preview there. You talked at length about Hurricane Fly. Some of the other lads in the panel were doubting the credentials there, but you're very happy with Hurricane Fly.
Look, he's an exceptional horse. He's won 11 or 12 Grade 1s. It's very difficult for any horse to achieve that. There's question marks about whether he's as good at Cheltenham as he is at other tracks, and who knows, maybe he's not. But he has won a champion hurdle. He was third in it last year. He obviously needs to perform better than he did last year. But Willie Mullins has been saying all year that he's better now than he was this time last year. So he probably deserves to be the shortest, the favourite in the race, purely on what he's achieved.
Can I ask you this before I go on? Just ask you a couple of other ones about that. How do you keep the enthusiasm, the weight, the whole thing? I'm not being rude here. You're not getting any younger, a bit like myself. So how do you keep that enthusiasm going, Tony?
Well, I'm very lucky. I've always enjoyed what I do, so that makes it easier. I've been lucky that I've worked for great people. I've been lucky to ride some very good horses, and I've set myself goals, and it's about trying to achieve your goals, really. And so it's easy, I'm easy. It's easy because I like what I do. It's not like I'm very lucky that I earn a living through something that I love doing. So it makes it, very easy.
Right, I'm going to put you on the spot now, because you're the fount of all knowledge and one of the greatest sportsmen the country has ever produced. If you had a bad tenner from McLean's Bookmakers, who would you put it on for Cheltenham?
Well, it's not very original, not a very good price, but My Tender Yours would be the main one for me. But I also like a horse of David Pipes called Buddy Bolero, who's running in the 4 mile National Hunt Chase, who's probably a better price than what My Tender Yours is. But if I was to pick out, My Tender Yours is definitely my best ride at the meeting.
So I'll put my tenner on that.
I think so. I think that's the safest place.
I was going to ask you just all the way whenever I have you here now too. You're an Arsenal fan, so obviously you know a lot about horse racing and nothing about football. What's going wrong with Arsenal?
Yeah, I'm pretty much like all those fans. I'm an expert when it comes to football. Who knows? I don't know whether it's the board. I'm an Arsene Wenger fan, so I'm not one of the fans that thinks it's time for him to go, because you should be careful what you wish for. If Arsene Wenger leaves Arsenal at the end of the season, there'll be any amount of clubs in Europe that'll want to secure his services. So I'll stick with the manager and hope that, I'd be more inclined to hope that the board, whether it be the Arsenal board or the shareholders at Arsenal, maybe we get a new owner, whether it be the Russian Ushmanov or whether it be someone from Saudi, and then we can invest and buy some new players, and rather be telling all the fans about how much the club has got in the bank.
And the final question here now for McLean's, I want to ask you one wee thing. Rory McIlroy, fantastic athlete, great golfer, going through a wee bit of a difficult time, off the course as well as on the course. Have you any advice with all your years of knowing the ups and downs of sport?
I wouldn't be one to give Rory advice, but I would love to have his talent. Look, he admitted that he made a mistake last week walking off a golf course. He's in the unfortunate position that when he makes a mistake, the whole world sees it, whereas we can make mistakes every day and no one notices. Unfortunately for Rory, everyone's watching, and everyone, people are as quick to jump on the bandwagon when you do make a mistake or when you do something great. Look, he's going to be one of the best golfers we'll ever see, so I don't think we'd have to worry too much about Rory. I think he'll be fine.
Well, they are, ladies and gentlemen. We go from one of the best golfers that we've ever seen, Rory McIlroy, world number one. And I have to say, this man, a complete gentleman and an icon when it comes to horse racing, the one and only AP McCoy.